And it is our top story here at noon, a better timeline into what led to the suspension of Louisville's police chief for her handling of a sexual misconduct investigation. Louisville's mayor telling us today he was notified a couple weeks ago. Isaiah Martinez spoke to Craig Greenberg today and has more with us now in studio. Isaiah.
Well, Brooke, as we understand it, the command staff meeting where that audio recording that so many have heard came out was from back on May 22nd. Now, Mayor Craig Greenberg tells me it was LMPD Chief Jackie Gwynn Villarroel herself who notified him of a sexual harassment allegation within the department. Those were the mayor's words today, but he couldn't tell me or wouldn't tell me specifically what the chief may have done to warrant being put on administrative leave. Meanwhile, over at Gospel Missionary Church, Deputy Chief Steve Healy, you see him there, spoke at a weekly community gathering he's been attending for years. It's called the Bishop's Table. He talked about the developments this week with the chief.
What's going on with the chief? She's still the chief.
Okay.
She's still the chief. She's just on leave right now, but she's still the chief.
Okay. I wouldn't know.
But what I want to tell you, and when you talk about going from the top to the bottom, it really shouldn't matter who's in that chair, because our mission is still to serve this community.
Yeah.
These officers are still supposed to serve this community in a fair, ethical, and constitutional manner.
Okay.
That is what our job is, and to keep this community safe.
WHAS11 was the only TV station there at the Bishop's Table. Now, Healy, by the way, who's been with LMPD since 2000, is retiring on August 1st. He told the crowd today he has enough PTO to be on vacation until then, but he's told city leaders, given the circumstances of this investigation, he plans to work up until August. Now, coming up here tonight in our early evening shows, we're going to talk about how long the city's independent investigation could take. And we asked the mayor directly, would Gwynn Villarroel still want this job after it's complete? All that's right here at 4, 5, and 6. Brooke.
Isaiah, thank you. And that audio recording is now shedding light on how LMPD's chief handled that sexual harassment allegation up front. It was brought to her during an open meeting with the department leadership about 3 weeks ago, as Isaiah said, on May 22nd. And at that meeting, LMPD's chief, Jacqueline Gwynn Villarroel, grilled high-ranking members of the department over dysfunction and the lack of support for their officers, and then asked if there was anybody within the command staff and the executive staff that they couldn't work with.
Ma'am, I cannot work with Major Kurger. He has sexually harassed me and attacked me, and I cannot work with him.
Total silence filled the meeting before the chief continued her questioning with the rest of the group, announcing 3 officer promotions right after, one of which was with the accused man, Major Brian Kurger. The chief paused for questions, then addressed Shannon Louder.
Major Louder, I've heard your concerns, and I understand that you cannot, and so we have to visit on the status moving forward.
Yes, ma'am. I know now's not a good time to bring it up, but I didn't want you to say that, later that I didn't bring it up. So sorry I had to come out in this way.
Position, because we got to keep moving the department forward, but I have heard your concern. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
An LMPD spokesperson told us Major Kurger was unavailable for an interview and not officially promoted. We also reached out to the local Fraternal Order of Police and the mayor's office trying to reach him, but they did not respond to those requests. Though the investigations are just beginning, Jared Smith, who's the representative for Major Shannon Lauder, the attorney, he claims the harassment went on much longer. And we did speak to Metro Council members about the chief's suspension. Several had a similar response.
It was a surprise to me, a little bit of a disappointment that an accusation leads directly to a dismissal.
It's disappointment that we have to have a hiccup in the services of LMPD and their leadership.
Well, there will be a number of investigations into the alleged harassment, one by LMPD, another by attorney David Byer, a retired FBI agent who has investigated Metro Corrections and TARC in the past, and then one by the accuser's attorney, Jared Smith. While the chief is on leave, Deputy Chief Paul Humphrey is serving as acting chief. This makes him the 6th person to lead LMPD in the last 4 years. Since 2020, we had Steve Conrad Robert Schroeder, Yvette Gentry, and Erica Shields. They've all been at the helm, and then Chief Gwen Villarreal took over last July. And this isn't the first instance in which the chief's actions have been called into question. She was scrutinized last November for her testimony in a trial involving Metro Police, and you can read that full story on our website, WHAS11.com. TARC plans to make reductions to 19 of its routes by the end of this month. That's the word from the company spokesperson after the Transit Authority's budget meeting with Metro Council Thursday. TARC said its board approved that reduction of 19 routes to Saturday level service come June 30th. That means there won't be as many buses available to riders. TARC officials said the plan will help close its budget gap, which could be as high as $30 million by 2026, and that the changes are necessary to stay afloat.
These are hard times for anyone who's working at TARC. We're all in this because we believe very deeply in public service and the mission of getting the community where they need to go, and none of us like the idea of making cuts. It's not why we got into this line of work. So we are resolved to move forward and to work with the community.
JCPS is also working to ease TARC's fiscal burdens. Just last week, a deal was reached between the two, allowing 70 TARC drivers to contract with the school district amid its bus driver shortage. Right now, Metro Police are investigating a deadly crash over at Iroquois Park. Officers found a motorcyclist pinned underneath a car just after 7 last night at the intersection of Rendell Road and Melody Lane. He later died at the hospital. Police said the driver is not facing any charges. Metro Police are also looking for suspects in a South Louisville homicide. They said around 3 this morning, officers found a man with gunshot wounds on Woodcross Place. That's about 3 miles from Preston Highway. The man died at the scene. If you know anything, that anonymous tip line is 574 LMPD. Kentucky State Police have arrested 8 people now surrounding the disappearance of an 8-month-old out of Hancock County, Kentucky. Maya Rudd of Reynolds Station has not been seen by family since April, but police were not notified until just last week. So far, both her parents and both sets of grandparents have all been arrested. Such an unusual case, along with 2 other men connected to the home where she lived. Most are charged with drug trafficking and organized crime. Maya's parents also facing child abuse and abandonment. The latest arrest, 28-year-old Brody Payne, charged for his alleged role in a drug operation at the Rudd residence where he also lived. KSP urges anyone with information regarding this precious baby girl to contact them immediately. That number is 270-826-3312. 2 Southern Indiana parents are facing charges accused of hurting their 5-month-old. Tuesday, Indiana State Police arrested 24-year-old Michaela Turner and 28-year-old Skylar Hoffman Jenkins, both of Hanover. This came about a month after their baby was taken to Norton Children's Hospital with what police called suspicious injuries. They said the child was in the parents' care when this happened, and both parents now face 6 felony charges, including battery and neglect of a dependent. Louisville Fire says no one was hurt in this chemical spill at the JBS pork processing plant in Butchertown. They responded around 8:30 last night. LFD determined it was a leak of sodium bisulfite, which is used in food preservatives. A hazmat team was able to stop that leak in about 12 minutes and keep it contained inside the building. We're told the scene was cleared just before midnight.